How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late.
It's okay.
Am I echoing?
No, I can hear you fine.
All right. So I'm going to do this, probably won't take too long. I would say maybe half an hour. This is going to be strictly using designs in Command. So not campaigns, not Facebook ads, but creating social media designs and print designs in Command. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys before I get talking. Does anybody have anything particular that they want to learn or we're hoping to get out of this class?
My questions will come as we go through.
All right.
Yeah, same for me. I've been fumbling through some of the designs for social media. So I'd like to just see it a couple times because I've been using like Canva because it's just a little bit easier and quicker for me just because I'm used to using Canva. But I would really like to just get more familiar with using Command as well.
For sure. I love Canva too. The cool part about Command, especially when you are doing property flyers, is that it links up to the KWLS and it pulls in all of the property details and all of the property photos. So I would say that's one of the biggest perks of using Command. So I will share my screen and we will get cruising. And I start to talk, if I start to go on a tangent and anyone has a question, just interrupt me.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to point out, of course, when you are logging into Command, I gotta get this out of the way. When you are logging into Command, it's going to take you to your home screen. One thing that is very important that I've been working with a lot of people on is just making sure that your marketing profile is set up. It's going to be really important for anything you really do design-wise inside of Command. A lot of your info is going to pull from the marketing profile. So I'm not going to go into this right now because it's really quite easy to do on your own. But this is just something to keep in mind. If you go into your settings, connect settings to marketing profile, all your general info is stored right in here. So it's definitely one of the first places that you're going to want to make sure is up to date. So that when it's pulling your info into these designs, it's pulling the accurate info. I know a lot of my West people, you guys should be pretty good to go with this. So back to design. So I guess your first step is going to be deciding what platform you want to create your design for. So on the left-hand side, you've got all your applets in Command. I like to click on this KW red in the top left because it gives me the names. I can't really distinguish these little icons very well. So when you click designs, it's going to take you automatically into your library of anything that you have created. Across the top, sorry guys, I got to get rid of my little thumbnail. There we go. Across the top, you've got your choices for what you want to design, or where I guess the platform you'd want to design it for. So it's important here, especially for social media designs. You're going to want to choose a social media design for Facebook, not a print design for Facebook. So the sizing and dimensions and quality for each one of these categories is specific to what you're going to do with it. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to show you guys probably social and print first. And
Can I ask a question here? So we've got these designs right here now.
Yep.
I don't know which they're designs for. So as you open it up, does it tell me whether that was an email design, a social, or a print?
Yeah, so Greg, these are all my saved designs here.
Right, right.
So you're saying that just looking at it, you're not entirely sure if it's social media or print design?
Yeah, what platform it was.
So if you click through here, and you click on each category, it's going to
Okay.
show me anything in the social category and anything in the print category.
Okay.
It's going to show me my landing pages, which is kind of down a different path, but we can talk about that.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to start with a social media post. So this little add button at the bottom, of course, to add a new design, it's going to ask me what kind of design. I'm going to do social. If you are advertising a property, they have the coolest function ever, which is to import photos and text from a listing. If you are maybe just advertising your mobile app on Facebook or on Instagram or Twitter, you obviously aren't going to need to import any photos and text, so you could just skip it. But I'm going to check this box. Greg, what's your listing? Can I use it for an example?
774 DeWitt Road, DEWITT.
Thank you. Webster?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to use Greg's property, and we're going to do maybe just a just listed post. So Command Designs, it takes you out of Command and into kind of their back end designs editor. So a lot of the times people call me and they can't figure out how to get back into Command. So if you guys look up in this top right corner here, there's a little X that's kind of parallel with this KW. This X is going to take you out of editor and back into designs if you want to go back. So before we decide what template we're going to use, I want to talk about this little library button over here. So if anybody's taken notes, this is probably something that you're going to want to write a note down about, because I actually overlooked it for a really long time and it's really going to make your life easier. So if you click on library, it's going to bring up your library for your details, any text. You guys can see I use this for testing a lot. Any text that is specific to you or branded to you. You can add your tagline, your slogan, or your vision. So a lot of the times this might be something that you're using in a design repeatedly. It's really easy to add images. So logos are really important to add here. My agents in the West office, I don't know about Brighton, but I know that our agents here in the West office, you guys got a flash drive from me when you onboarded. And on that flash drive, there is a folder of logos. What I would do, and my logos are in my images section, but there is a spot just specifically for logos. I would take that flash drive and move those logos into Command, into your library, so that they're there forever and ever. You know, do the transparent ones, do the different colored ones. That way you've got all of your choices right in your library.
And Abby, how do you just click on the add your logos and you can upload it from there?
Yeah, so for example, if I want to add a logo, I would click my little plus sign right here on, this is, pulling from my PC, pulling from my computer. So on the left-hand toolbar, I'm going to go into my flash drive. And, you guys might be pulling them from your downloads or your desktop. It depends where you have them saved. So I'm going to go into my flash drive. I'm going to say I want logos. I know RGB means my colored logos. And I'll choose the one I want to add. And you could obviously do that multiple times if you want to go in and maybe add, let me go to my black and white. Maybe I want to add my all white and gray logo. So it's important to, I don't know who knows this, but PNG files are usually your transparent files. So a lot of the times agents will upload the JPEG version of the logo. So it's still got that white background and it doesn't always look pretty unless it's against a white background. So PNGs are going to have the transparent background.
Perfect.
And you can tell when I upload this white one that it's all white, so it's not going to show me the logo right now until we put it over something darker. So library is going to be really important for you guys. Last thing on here is brand kit. So as you start to use this, and it's going to take a few times, It's going to take a few designs before you get into, you know, knowing what you like. But if there's colors that are specific to you and your individual brand, doesn't have to be red and black. You can add your colors that you use frequently. You can also choose fonts that you really like. You can download fonts to your computer. I haven't done this yet. I really like the fonts that Command has provided me. So I don't worry too much about that. But if you do use a font in Word or Publisher, or there's something that you really like, you can upload fonts. And if you guys have questions on that, I'm happy to show you how to do that. So for now, we're going to get back to our template. So I have come into Command and explored these a lot just to mess around with them and see what I like. In this, you know, would go a little in a different direction, but I think what I've been working with people on who are looking to boost their social media presence is what's available to you in Command that you can easily, you know, post each week. If you don't have a listing that you're promoting, you know, what can you use in here to promote your business? So this KW app section is really awesome. The way that they have set these up. So a lot of them up here, you don't need to do a single thing to. So I just clicked on the design I liked. Really, the only thing you would have to do in here, so this isn't going to be a good example for me to show you guys on, but you would just want to change your logo down here at the bottom. To change your logo, you can click on the element that you want to change. Double click on it. It's going to bring up automatically my library of logos. I'm going to choose the logo I like best, and I really love this feature. It's got a little recycle button. This means replace. And it's automatically going to put my KW, it's kind of hiding right now, my KW logo in there for me. And you can resize that. So some of these designs or some of these social media graphics, they don't require a lot. So if you want to say that every Tuesday you get on Facebook and you promote your app, come in here and find a cute design to promote your app, download it, and post it to Facebook with a link to download your app. So that would take me, you know, maybe 5 minutes. So there's not much designing to some of these. Some of them are just, you know, already perfect for you. So I'm going to back up a section. Am I
Real
losing
quick,
anybody?
Abby?
Yep.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Could you have just shared it right to Facebook with that little share button at the top, or do you typically download it and share it a different way? Have you noticed a difference between the two ways to do it?
You could share it directly to Facebook right from the design. So I'll show you here. Let me go back in. Excuse me. Okay. So you can share it directly to Facebook right here. I think that it works just as fine. Obviously, this is going to share it immediately. So if I want to post this later, and a lot of the times, I don't know if you guys, you probably notice all my emails that I send out with my graphics about classes. Usually I spend my Monday afternoons creating graphics for the whole week, and then I schedule them. So I can show you a little bit about scheduling through Command as well. We can look at that after designs, but yeah, you could go ahead and use this share Facebook right there.
Cool. Thank you so much. I wasn't sure if there's just a preferred way, but that makes sense. Thanks.
You know it. Yep.
I did notice there's no link to share it to Instagram.
So hang on just a second, not download. So there is this design image link, Sherry.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that would work. But again, when I show you scheduling, scheduling is going to come in through the through the campaign section of Command. So I will show you guys how you can schedule these. And I think that we now have permission from Instagram to post directly to Instagram. At one point, we were waiting on that permission, so we'll have to check and see if that's ready.
Okay, thank you.
So let's do a property flyer, because that's when kind of the fun stuff gets to come in.
One
So
second here.
obviously,
You've got 18 apps. It says my app 18.
Yep. That's how
Ma'am,
many
or-
designs are in this section, Greg.
Okay, and this is specific to Instagram, right? You would change, like,
Yep.
if you scroll down, there'd be Facebook or Pinterest, et cetera, or not? Or
So
is that,
I will tell you, so it's telling us right now that these are all Instagram designs.
Mhm.
Instagram and Facebook designs it really only goes one way. So if you have an Instagram design here that you really like, but you don't see that it comes in Facebook format,
Mhm.
Instagram designs are still going to look okay on Facebook. Facebook designs on Instagram, not so much, because you've only got Instagram on your phone version where you're scrolling through and everything has to be that little square.
Okay.
So in the app section, Greg, it looks like there's only Instagram photos, or excuse me, templates for now.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
like I said, Instagram works just fine if you wanted to do one of these on Facebook too.
Yes.
So let's go into listing. So you've got some subcategories here. What am I trying to accomplish? So obviously that's one of the first things that I'm gonna decide. A lot of the times we're doing just listed flyers. You've got open house. So I'm gonna go with just listed for this example. So if we're doing a Facebook post, now you can see across the top, Greg, that I've got my choices for Facebook, Instagram, and stories.
Yep.
So let's go with Facebook. And this is a pretty one. I'm going to use it. So one of the first things I would do when your design opens up, I don't know if you guys noticed, my dashboard was really messy and Greg was like, how do I know what's what? I didn't rename any of those because I was kind of just messing around. But to keep yourself organized and your dashboard looking clean, right up here at the top, this is another good thing to write down or else you'll forget. Just listed _07 _ Facebook doesn't really tell me much about what the heck this design is. So it doesn't look like you can click on this, but you can. And I'm going to get rid of that 774 DeWitt, Greg.
Yes.
DEWITT.
Yep.
I'm going to name it. So I know what the heck I'm trying to find when I come back in, if I've got to find it or if I want to replace something or edit it.
Mhm.
So first, before I start to edit, I just want to talk about the toolbar on the left-hand side and then the toolbar across the top. So along the side, of course, we've got our images, and I'm going to start. You've got 3 tabs across the top in images. First, you've got add. So you can obviously pull in any images saved from your computer here. Company images. So this is where you're going to find your stock images. If you want to replace with a stock photo, they actually have some really cool stock photos in Command. So if you guys are just looking for a placeholder image, always check in that company subcategory there because you will find some cool stuff. My library is going to pull in any images that you've saved to your library. Text, kind of the same thing here. If I'm adding text to this design, this is where I'm going to add text. So similar to how Canva works over here. For a lot of these designs, you might not have to add text. For this social media design, it's going to be pretty straightforward. You've got banners you can add, and these are really cute too. You can change the text inside of these. So if you guys are looking to be extra creative and maybe like add a little button or something, maybe you want to add your slogan to this little button and put it down in the right-hand corner. You could add whatever banners you like. So those can be kind of fun. I think maybe like client appreciation events or like other kind of miscellaneous things that you're doing. There's a lot of good stuff in banners. So I'm going to get rid of this. Company. Again, this is going to pull up our ownership statement if you need to add in our, each office is independently owned and operated. And then I've got my library. So this is going to bring in all my contact information. Oops, I'm messing stuff up. All my contact information and make it really easy for me to add my name and my contact info to each design. So I could put that really wherever I wanted. One thing it doesn't pull in that I think you need for compliance purposes is your title. So you might find yourself adding real estate salesperson a lot. But it's going to pull in your email and everything else you need. Icons, I would compare kind of to those buttons, or excuse me, those banners I just talked about. You can add your own icons. You've got a ton of stock icons. Again, these are really fun for like fun flyers you're doing, client appreciation events. You can search in here for something specific. Holidays, they've got a lot of good stuff for. Maybe it's spring, I don't know. These are some flowers. I'm sending out packets of seeds to my clients. Search for what you're looking for, and you can probably find something pretty cute in here. No sunglasses. Sunglasses, 2 words? Nope. So I don't know exactly how good your search bar is going to work, but these go on for days, and they've got some really bizarre stuff. I don't know why you need to have eaten banana on a design ever, but it's there if you want it. Company, so you've got your icons here for your contact icons. If you guys want to use those, they're kind of cute. And my library, again, if you're adding any special icons. You probably won't add many icons. Most of your libraries are going to be your text, your saved text, and your saved images. And you've got your logos. Yeah, go ahead.
When you selected the icons there, so like the little envelope, if you put that in there, does that automatically send you an email? Is that
no? So the little company icons here,
yeah,
these are just for show.
Oh, okay.
So rather than saying like my email, you would put your little thing here and write your email next to it.
Okay.
It's just kind of a cute way of noting that's my email or that's my phone, I guess.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering if the person clicked on it, then it would take it right to their email.
It'd be very cool.
Yep. Okay. Thanks.
There may be a way that you could link something like that up. I'd have to take a look at it. Okay, so those are your little sidebars. Again, you're probably going to use text and images the most. Your logos are saved here. Very important to put them in your library so that you can easily grab them when you're doing a design. So I'm going to start monkeying around with this a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is I got to get rid of this stock photo, and I want to put in my own photo. So if you click on the picture, and I think this is where I'm getting a lot of people who are struggling a little bit. Every one of these little pieces to this design are a different element. So I can click on this red bar. I can click on the photo behind it. I can even click on this little black line border that goes around it. So each piece is its individual element, and I can do whatever I want to each little element. So I've selected the photo that's in the background here. You can see that the dotted line runs around it. When I click on that picture, this comes up over here, another icon for KWLS. When I click on this KWLS, at the beginning, I had put in Greg's listing. So it's automatically pulling in all of the photos and all of the listing details. So this is going to make a super, super quick design. So the first thing I'm going to do, and you've got to be clicked onto the photo you want to replace in order to get here. It's not going to bring up photos for the listing unless you click on the picture. Same thing. I'm going to choose the front of my house and use this little replace image, and it's going to drop it right in there.
You are amazing. This is what I struggle with every time, is resizing that picture. Thank you so, so much.
I'm glad to help. And it's kind of tough too, because like if I'm clicking on the top layer here, you notice I'm actually moving this box around, and it's a little frustrating. So it almost takes just a little bit of awareness as to where you're clicking. And I figured out pretty quick that if I click between this red bar and this little border, that I'm actually clicking on the house picture. Okay. If you double click on it, I think that was Betsy who was talking. If you double click on it, it's going to let you reposition. You can drag it up and you can drag it down. So I think that's perfect right there. I'm going to click done. Well, it looks pretty cute. So I've got my photo in there. Next, I'm going to replace my text. And you guys could, you know, if you want to add in something else in here, you can. If you want to add, you know, text across the front of the house, you can. I'm just going to stick with replacing what we've got. So again, click on the element that you want to replace. So I'm going to go with the address, brings up my dotted lines. I'm going to go into my listing details. And here's the property address. We'll do a replace. Tucks it right in there.
Mind blown. This is so much easier. I struggle. It takes me forever to make these. This is such a time saver. Wow.
I know. And you can, like I said, if you know that you've got listings coming up or you know you're going to want to market something later in the week, you can come in and spend an hour and get them all done and call it a day. You can edit this text. So if I maybe I don't want the zip code in there. I don't know. If you click on the text you want to edit, it's a little bit fussy trying to type within this box. So you can see right now I'm like trying to click next to my 5 and it's just being a pain in the butt.
So if I wanted to spell out the word road, I could go in and put the OA.
Yep. So my suggestion for that, rather than trying to get your cursor in here and click on the right spot, when you select the element that you want to edit, up pops this toolbar up here. So when you're clicked off of that, you don't have your toolbar to edit the text. So I get a lot of calls. He's ringing. I can't find my toolbar to edit my text. That's because you're not clicked on your text yet. So until you click on an element, you're not going to have your toolbar. Once you click it, this is going to come up at the top. So typical font change. This is very similar to, this is some lovely script. I don't know if it's what anyone would choose, but we're going to go for it. Font and size, very easy, very similar to things that we've all done before. Next up is this typewriter button. So Greg, if you wanted to change what is in this headline, my suggestion would be, instead of trying to put your cursor in here and type, use this typewriter button. It's going to bring up a box that lets you actually get it done a little bit quicker.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. And I don't mean to keep adding, but I literally have to like click on there a million times and arrow over to where I want to go. This is amazing. That little typewriter box. Who would have ever known?
I know, and it's tough because you have no idea what the little icons mean until you actually click on it and mess around with it. So we could add whatever we wanted here. I'm going to leave it as it is for now. Save changes. And now it's updated. I guess I don't really need that period after road anymore. So let's get rid of that. Okay, lovely. Same thing on the bottom. And this is pretty quick. So you guys can see that on this line, this is one text box. So replacing this text is going to be a little bit trickier because it's in one combined text box. So if I were to come over here and replace this text box with just the price, it's going to get rid of everything. If they were separate elements, I'd be able to click on 3-bed and come down here, find my bedrooms and click replace. But in this scenario, the easiest thing for you guys is going to be clicking on that text box. And again, using your little typewriter. Greg, how many bedrooms are there?
3 and 1.
3 and 1?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Square feet it probably has in here somewhere.
936.
Lovely. And 119.9. And I like this too because you're not going back and forth. You're not going back and forth trying to remember what's the price, or, well, that probably isn't an issue for you guys, but what's the price, or when was it built, or, you know, you can just pull up your listing details and quickly glance over and see the content.
Space after yours, 936 square feet. Bingo.
Save changes. Cute. I'm going to make a couple notes up here at the top. You've got a button that allows you to create transparency. So this is really convenient if you guys are layering and you're putting text over photos. Sometimes you're going to want that text to be a little bit more transparent. Oops. So if I click on my text, I can make this a little lighter or a little darker. Sometimes with photos, maybe you want to layer a photo over the top. You can click on your photo and you can use the same tool and make it a little bit more transparent. So you can mess around and do some kind of fun stuff with it. Your color. So easy peasy, you guys can create whatever colors you want. They've got your really fun color generator if you want a color that's not in the template. Library colors, that's going to pull down any color that you've saved to your library. So I know like Susan Glenn's team, she's like hot pink everything. So she's going to have hot pink in her library. General stuff across the top. Bold, italics, underline. Letter case. If you're going uppercase, lowercase. Bullet points. This is going to add your bullet points in. We've already got them, so I'm not worried about it. Text alignment, normal stuff. I'm a huge fan of the spacing tool. I don't know why, I just got addicted to it. Sometimes your lettering looks better, a little bit spaced out. So line spacing would be if I had text underneath this, it would space it out as far as I wanted. I wanted a lot of space in between my lines. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Word spacing is kind of fun if you want your words spaced out. I don't know. Sometimes I just find that I like my letters or my words spaced out a little bit more. I think it looks cooler. So mess around with this kind of stuff. This is all kind of personal preference and some fun stuff. You don't really know if it looks good until you try it. If I don't like the way this looks, there is an undo button here. It's going to undo anything I just did. So don't worry, you can fix it.
I missed it. I missed your cursor. Where was your undo?
Right here at the top, Greg.
Oh, okay. Oh, yep. All right.
This little icon here, I think it's going to revert it back to, I've never pressed it in fear, but I think it takes it back to the last saved version. So if I had edited this a few times, if I click this, I think it's going to take it back to its original version, and I don't want to do that. A couple other things I'm going to mention across the top. And this is used for rotating, fun. This could be if you're doing some text across the top, you want to do a sold banner, maybe you're going to use that rotate function and just drop it across the top of your photo. Get this back up here. Layering, so arranging. Layering can be super helpful if you are trying to pick up certain elements. So like I said, when I came down here, this is clicking on this box, but maybe I want to click on the picture. So you can use layering to send things backwards or forwards. So that just means it's going to put it to the back for a minute, so I have access to what's on top. Doesn't have to stay there. Looks kind of weird now. So I'm going to click back on it. Oops, arrange. And I'm going to move it back forward. So that can be helpful to getting to the elements that you really want to edit. You might have to arrange things, move something to the back, and then bring it forward again. So that's a cool function that you're able to use. Duplicate. I use this all the time. If I want the same exact text, if I want it to be formatted the same way, and I want to add another text block, you can duplicate. You can duplicate an element. So I can add in another border. I can even duplicate my photo. So if there's things that you like or that you want more of, super easy to duplicate. When I delete a photo, it's going to leave the text, or excuse me, the image placeholder. Delete the image placeholder too. So last thing I'm going to do down here is, because it looks pretty good, I think I got to arrange my photo a little bit. I'm not sure. There we go. Last thing I'm going to do is, and this is, I got to get back to it. I'm going to move that. And playing around with this, guys, I think, don't be afraid to move stuff around. You can always move it back. I know like the layering's a pain in the butt. So to get to that silly logo, I'm moving my frame up again. I'm clicking on my logo, and then I go over to my logos For some reason, the replace button isn't here. Don't know why. I think it could just be something strange that command is not added yet. So I'm going to delete this placeholder logo. And I'm just going to add in my KW logo. And I'm going to bring my little frame back down. Don't really remember where it was. Kind of just goes wherever it looks pretty. I don't remember where it was. I don't know. We'll call it a day. All right. Anybody have any questions for me?
This is a learn by doing. You've showed us a lot, but it becomes playtime and get back to Abby.
Yeah, it does. The more you do it, the easier it is to use. I think once you move something and you can't get it moved back, people get frustrated and they quit using it. You can always move things back. You can always edit things. There's a way to do it. And if you get stuck, obviously give me a call. I can walk you through it. One other thing I want to point out before we move on to something else. If you are not clicked on an element, so right now I've clicked off my design, I'm just clicking over here in this gray area. You get this toolbar at the top. This is just a quick toolbar to add shapes or elements. I don't really know in what scenario you would use, some of these things, but maybe you want to add a heart to your design. It's going to allow you to do that. Anytime you click off your toolbox, you're going to get these options. So this is just kind of like a quick use toolbar. Maybe you're adding a photo and you need to add the image placeholder. This is more of like a frame. So you can decide, all right, I want to add a frame. What shape am I going to go with? These are kind of fun, actually. I really like the frames.
So I could emblem his garage door there if I want to. Basically, there could be a big heart on his garage door.
Whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
So they give you a lot of functionality, and a lot of the times we don't even use, half of what's offered because they already look pretty great. I think if you are looking to do things aside from what's in here, you can create just a blank, I'll get there, just a blank template. That's fine too. I work better off a template. I'd rather delete the things I don't want and keep the things I like. And then you can add text super quick up here as well.
So just real quick while you're still on this page, you mentioned earlier about compliance. So what would have to be on here, like to make sure you're compliant other than your logo for your actual market center?
So besides your logo, this little, each office is independently owned and operated. It's got to be on there somewhere. You don't need your contact info on your marketing designs. I thought, so I was just catching myself when I was talking about the real estate salesperson thing. On a business card, you have to have your title. On a for sale sign or a panel or an open house sign or whatever, you've got to have your title. But if you were just posting this to your business page, this is all you would need. You would just need our logo.
Okay, I got a little nervous when you said that earlier because I'm thinking all the times I never put that independent salesperson on, so, okay.
Okay, I caught myself. That's just for signs and cards, thank goodness. So yeah, as long as you have your brokerage logo, you guys are good to go. File save up here, it's gonna auto save no matter what. I have not messed around with these items over here. I guess I'm not sure this is showing me a grid. I don't know when you would use that. Show safe area.
Photos?
Say it again, Greg.
Can you rotate your photos?
Yes. So if you were to upload a photo and you wanted it rotated, click on the thing you want to rotate. Up here, you've got your transform button.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So if that's why if you thought maybe the image you used needed to have a flip, huh?
Yep. Flip and rotate. Yep. And I think maybe even a cheat sheet next to you when you're working on it. Rotate photos. draw yourself a little picture of this icon. If you hover over the icons, it will tell you what it is. Ooh, they have filters. I have not used filters yet. You can make your pictures brighter, contrast different. That's exciting. I didn't know about that feature. I don't know what oh, okay. So that was a button to use as background. So if I wanted to get rid of the white and I wanted the entire design, I wanted the background of the entire design to be the photo, you can click on the picture and you can use as background, and it's kind of gonna fill it up, which I actually kind of like. Maybe I want to make these white spaces bigger and put my just listed in. So I mess around with this stuff all the time, that you might accidentally do something and realize that you like it, or that you think it looks kind of cool. So there's some fun stuff you can do inside here. So if you wanted to post later, maybe you could download here. JPEG or PNG format is fine. We can't post a PDF to Facebook, so really no reason you download here as a PDF. Quality, it's going to auto set itself. I've never changed this and it seems to work out fine. Again, these thumbnail areas I never mess with. Seems to work out fine when I'm downloading it. I think if there was a specific occurrence or time that you needed to change this, it's there for that reason, but I have not used it yet. And then you've got some publish settings down here. If you were printing, I think that these might come in a little bit more handy. Or I can share directly to my Facebook. Or you can share your project link, it looks like. So you can share the design or the link to the design. So I'm going to click done and I'm going to save.
Hey, Abby.
Yep.
I had two really quick questions on this. The compliance factor, aren't we supposed to include the fair housing logos in all our designs?
I don't think so. I have not heard that you need fair housing, because what's the fair housing logo, Brian?
Well, the one is the little house, and then the
Oh, you're talking about the, yeah, sorry, the equal.
equal. Yeah.
So I know that that's required on business cards, but I don't know that it's required on marketing pieces. Good question. I can get back to you guys on that. Brian, did you, and you could, did you read that or see it somewhere?
Okay, so should she come in herself then, without me then, or? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and actually, I might just,
yourself,
I might just send her by herself. Okay.
Maybe you can mute her.
Okay, great.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Lisa, I muted you. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think back. I thought those were required. Those two little icons, the equal housing, and the little R.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Let me check in on that. I know, like I said, it's required on a business card, but I don't know about marketing. So I can send out an email to follow up with you guys after today's class, just to be, so we can get some clarity on that.
And then the other one, when you're adding logos, there was only 4 spots. How many logos can you add to your library?
So let's see here. Nope, no. Interesting. So I'm not sure what the difference between a logo and an element is, but it does appear that there is only 4 spots to add logos. I'm going to have to check with my tech trainer on this. I guess for now, yeah, upload your best 4 transparent logos, and then as you need them, you might just have to pull them in individually to the design if there's others outside of those 4 that you'd want to use.
Right, which is what I was doing.
Yeah.
But
How
it's
many
okay.
logos are you using, Brian?
Well, the 4, you've got your transparent ones, you got your black and whites, you got your
Yep.
grayscale. I mean,
Yep.
there's, and that
Yeah.
thumb drive you gave
There's a
us.
lot of options.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe just pick your favorite 4. I can find out about that too. I wonder why they don't have an option to add more. You may be able to utilize these spots down here for backgrounds. It might just let you put them in there so that you have somewhere to add them from. You could give that a try.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so print, I'm not going to create a print design because it's exactly what we just did. It's very, very similar. I just want to show you guys when I do create a print design. Okay. So cool part about designs is that if there's something in the print designs that you think is just cooler than what you found in the social media designs, you can use that too. Obviously the Facebook and Instagram ones are perfect for Facebook and Instagram, but you can use a flyer and you can download it as a JPEG and post it on Facebook just the same. So if you want to download, a print design and post it on social media, you still can do that. The sizing might be a little funky, especially when you're on a cell phone. Things show up a lot differently through apps, but you can still utilize these. So really the same categories you have in each here. Listing presentations are in here. A lot of people ask me where to find listing presentations. These are really great. I love them. There's some really good info already in there that I like. So you guys can utilize those. Door hangers, I have not yet to use. Flyers, very similar to what we just did in social media. You're going to edit them the same exact way. The only difference is maybe you're not going to you will download it. Maybe you'll download it, but you're going to print it out instead of post it somewhere. I've done a little bit with these brochures. They're very cool. It takes a minute to get it to print correctly. You kind of got to get your brain working backwards. But they've got a lot of different templates, so I will monkey around. A lot of these, not sure, oh, here they come. A lot of these categories here too, I don't think we think about a lot. I don't think we think about using them, but it can kind of spark your brain or give you an idea like, oh, I haven't done much on my social media lately. What can I come find? Because these are created as, they're pre-templated, and the info in there gives you a really great idea or a starter point of what you could do with this. So come in and look at the neighborhood snaps, look at your local experts. Like I said, this doesn't have to be printed out. Maybe you print it out and you put it with one of your presentations, but you could just download it as a JPEG and post it to Facebook if you want to, do a little market update. So there's some awesome stuff in here. It's going to take you through buyers again. Lead generation. I love the iHeart KW stuff. I use that a lot. I've got a leadership section in here. You guys won't have this, but I can do some fun stuff for the leadership side. And then it takes you into new designs and some stuff for pivot. That was what KW came out with during the start of COVID. They called it pivot. Any questions about templates, or if there's anybody looking for something in particular that they can't seem to find? Okay.
I do have a question. I want to send flyers out to like neighborhoods, and typically I would go with like Premium and or like Prime Lending and partner with them, but I know their marketing departments are just running differently with COVID. So is there a way to replace that using designs? Like I guess, do you have any experience with that?
As far as like you creating the design and still like co-branding with one of your loan officers?
No, I wouldn't even mind not branding. I guess I would just think about, they usually take care of like figuring out the addresses and typing them out. So if I were to do a flyer, I guess my thought is just like they usually take care of mailing them out. So I give them the addresses, but they type them all out. So I guess, is there a way to do that? I don't want to hold up anybody else from.
So if you created the design, because a lot of the premium creates the design for you, right, Betsy?
Yeah.
Obviously. So what are like the designs that they do for you? What kind of content?
So
do they
typically,
do?
like on the front is our design saying like, we have buyers interested in a house in your neighborhood. And then on the back, it would have like premiums. Like we wrote with Jeannie. So Jeannie would have her information on the back of it. And then somewhere on there, I would think, I'm not sure actually how they get it out to the neighborhoods because I don't ever receive them. Do you know what I mean? But I guess I was just wondering, like, if I were to do it myself, because premium is available, how would I get it out to people? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So if you were to do like, for example, you use one of these standard postcards for a neighborhood snap, will your next move be to blah, blah, blah. Once you create the design, I'm going to back out of here for a second. We're going to talk about, because I know we were kind of headed this path anyway, so we're going to talk about scheduling and campaigns. Thank you. It is excellent. Okay. So within campaigns, you have the ability to schedule social posts, and you also have the ability to schedule email campaigns and do direct mailers. So, yeah, just a second, I'm frozen. It's not letting me click on my direct mail. Just a second, guys. If you guys are ever having problems in Command, it's slow or it's getting stuck, try incognito. Sometimes it just works a little better. There we go. Okay. So within your direct mail spot, you could schedule mailers to go out, postcards to go out. So create direct mail. So maybe this is for buyers, I don't know. You can choose what your goal is if you want, if it happens to be on this list. If not, just click other. So you can choose from default templates provided or upload a custom template. So let's see. Use your own pre-made designs. I think this is going to let us pick from designs.
all I see is your Google screen. Is anybody else noticing that?
Yeah, I was just going to comment. I don't see your command screen.
I wonder if it's because I'm incognito and it won't share it.
Yep.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah, now we can see it.
So it's going into direct mail here. So what you would do is direct mail. I'm going to call it for buyers. Geez, there we go. For buyers, I'm going to attract buyers, and I'm going to upload a custom template. So set up campaign. So I would have downloaded from Designs my postcard that I created, and then I would have uploaded it back here. I think there might be a way to drag it in from Designs, but I haven't used it. So yeah, I would download your postcard, upload the front, upload the back, and then do continue. But unfortunately, I don't have a postcard created at the moment, so I've got to come back here again. And I want to do default templates provided. Thank you. Okay. So it does give you some options over here on the right-hand corner too. I'm not selecting a listing per se. How do I change this? So this is bringing me to marketing just a listing, and I don't want that. Sorry guys, I'm kind of in experiment mode right now too. I
appreciate it though, thank you.
Yeah, no
it's
problem.
Just helpful to watch you kind of navigate though, it's helpful.
For sure. Okay, I wonder if when I click attract buyers, it automatically wants me to market a listing. Let's go with other and see if anything different happens here. Nope, it's still taking me to a listing.
Can you attract listings actually? Because I wonder what that would do. Because really what we want to do is like elicit people to sell.
So it's funky because I don't want to have to put a listing in.
Sure.
I guess we could, but we're not necessarily advertising one specific listing.
Right. Okay. Well, actually, real quick on the side, I'm noticing that it's like 59 cents for first class if you're doing a compact. Is that included? Because I don't think that's the price of necessarily like a postcard stamp because I've sent them out. But is that including the printing part too? Do you know?
I don't believe so. I think, okay. So if you come down here to the bottom, postage class, it's got your postage. So I think you're, well, that could be included.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
says
I
price
think it is.
includes printing, distribution, and postage. Yeah, because
Yeah,
a postcard isn't that expensive. That's cool.
It is cool. So I guess too, and I did work with one of these or through one of these where it was advertising a listing, and it's really cool. I don't know how we get past this listing part, so I'm going to have to look into that, Betsy. But the way that it allows you to do it is once you get through, you know, the setup and the design of it, you get down here to targeting. You can do local targeting, or you can do target my database. You can add, you know, all of your contacts, some of your contacts. But when you do local targeting, I think that that's mainly why it wants a listing, because I think it wants to do the area around it. Man, my brain, I know I did this before. Oh, step 2, configure targeting. So it's not going to let me. $744 DeWitt, Craig? I'm losing it.
I have one if you want to try 151 Rose Lawn.
Rose, R-O-S-E.
Yep, lawn, one word. L-E-W-N, sorry. Rose Lawn. But I guess,
Oh, gotcha.
there you go. Is that coming up?
Rochester?
Fairport. Yeah, right there. That one.
Okay.
Interesting.
So it's going to auto-populate your listing price. It's going to ask you to choose bedrooms and bathrooms. I'm just going to put something in here quick. We'll save that. It's pulling the description in for us. Listing photo. What a cute little house. Save. Mr. Pecora. Market Center. South Winton Road.
Oh, you're good. I'm impressed you remember all that. It stinks that it doesn't like automatically fill that in though.
It may if, well, maybe not, because I have our address in, so it should auto-populate it. Kind of funky. 14618, Betsy?
Sure. No, I don't know.
That right in?
Let me look.
Yeah, I think that's right in. So let me pick. Okay. All right. So let's go to step 2, configure targeting. Low resolution picture. Does not look low resolution to me. So it's not letting me proceed with the picture that I have chosen.
That's frustrating. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm glad I'm doing this because I'm sure at least it's helping in some way. Okay, so it's not going to let me keep going. Let me dig into this a little bit and see. Let me check out some of my groups I follow and see if how people have had success with this or how they're using it.
Okay, well, really, you answered my question is if it's even doable and how to do it through. This is not through the designs. This is through campaigns, right?
Yep, this is through campaigns.
And I did notice at the bottom on the right-hand side, it says the QR code. How cool is that?
It's very cool. Yep, that is very cool. I love it.
Oh,
you can
really
assign a landing page to your postcards, so that's awesome. So I guess low resolution picture. I don't know how you would boost the resolution of a photo. I think MLS photos are usually pretty quality.
I know. I was thinking it's an MLS photo too, but I mean, through our like photographer, they give us 2 different ways of getting photos, so I would just download it. It's no big deal.
Okay.
Not at all. Just wanted to see if this was possible. So
it is possible. Stay tuned for more info. I'm going to try to do more classes like this, and the more classes that I do, the better I can set myself up for you guys. because there's things that I use Command for, but I'm on the leadership team, so I'm not using it for what you're using it for. So this is just as helpful for me. So thank you. And
You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Social posts, I wanted to just show super quick here. You have the ability to schedule your social posts. So for example, if I want to do all of the week, I can do create a social post. You can write your post text. You can browse your design library. So maybe I know I'm listing this tomorrow. I'm going to get it ready. Or I'd be listing it Saturday the 22nd, I guess, according to my schedule. You're going to want to make sure that you're choosing the best layout. So wide is usually the best for Facebook. Automatically should pull in your logo. I don't know why it isn't for me here. Some of these kinks I think are just on the back burner with Command because they're working on bigger things, and some of these little things are annoying and frustrating, but I know they will get to them. And then you can choose your scheduling, time, date, and schedule. So you could schedule your whole week of posts if you wanted to. You could schedule a month out if you wanted to. So you can do your designs through there. Other than that, I want to quick go back into the two designs just for a moment. Maybe. Okay. So there's a couple other things I didn't talk about across the top. I think social media and print designs are going to be the most used. Email, I just want to talk about for a quick second. Email editor or email builder, we'll call this. You do have the capability to design an email right now, but I don't know if you guys are like me. I think a lot of people are like me in the way that I like to work off of a template that's already created. It's just easier for me to decide, okay, here's my template. I can build on it. You can build your own email. If you have that kind of brain, you can add sections, you can add images. This is going to take some more time, but it is doable if you have something in mind. They will be coming out with lots of email templates. I think my tech guy told me the end of September, so I'm going to watch for those. Because right now, the email designer, I don't find as user-friendly. Landing pages you can create. You're not going to create them, thank you. You're not going to create them through the design section. As you can see, it's going to take you to page not found. So I don't really know why landing pages is in designs. If you were to create a landing page, you actually do that through your consumer tab. And this is going to be another class, but you can create a standalone landing page, maybe for a listing through your consumer.
Can you remind me what the benefit or what a landing page would be used for, like, specifically?
So for example, if you are doing a paid Facebook ad, I don't know, we're doing a class in September on this, I just put it on the calendar, but a paid Facebook ad requires you to link something to the Learn More button. What I like to do for my paid ads is create a landing page that is specific to my listing. So this is just going to create one page for my listing, and I'm going to show you really quick because it's very easy. So if I do create a new site, standalone page, it gives me these widgets to drag in. Nope. I'm going to drag in my header. I'm going to drag in my listing, and I'm going to drag in a lead form. I'm going to configure my widgets. Tell me the address again, Betsy.
151 Roselawn.
Stuff's all pulling in from my marketing profile, which is set up in a very weird way because I was testing it for a website. You're going to pull in your listing. Perfect. Save and apply. Interested, let's talk. I could change that if I wanted, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna save this. We're gonna change the name. We're gonna publish it, and I'll show you what it looks like. So that took me, I don't know, maybe 1 minute to do a landing page for my listing. And here it is. And it looks like I spent actual time on this, which is the best part. So one of the benefits, go ahead.
Would you post that like on Facebook or?
Yeah, so I would post it on Facebook. I would also tell my sellers, I will create a website just for you, just for your property, just for this listing. It sounds pretty cool when you can tell somebody that you can create a website, you know, solely for them, solely for their property. And what I do with my landing pages a lot is, yep, I'll have people just post them directly to Facebook, check out my new listing, post it with maybe a graphic that you created or a little flyer or snapshot.
Hi.
Or I link it to my campaign. Because as people are clicking on a paid campaign, the Learn More button,
Working now?
they've put their info in for us. They're giving us something, we're giving them back something. We're giving them a whole page full of info
What are you
on
saying?
the property that we're
Yep.
advertising. So I use it probably the most in my paid ads that I help people with.
Wow.
Gotcha.
So that would be landing pages, agent site pages. Again, you can't edit
Let me call
from
you back
within
in a minute.
designs. Videos are the last thing that are really cool. I don't know if anybody's done a neighborhood snapshot video yet, but this could be something that you do on your Facebook. Search for some neighborhoods, Park Avenue, Rochester, New York. I'm going to do next. Okay, so before it generates this cute little video of Park Ave, I guess I'm not entirely sure where this information is pulling from. I'm guessing it's pulling through the KWLS or the MLS. But I would double check these, do your research, make sure you're not posting something or it's not pulling the wrong stuff. But it's going to go through your average home price. Home prices are on the rise, average per square foot, number of homes for sale, average days on the market. So I don't know if there's 5 homes for sale in Park Ave neighborhood right now. That's where your research would come in, just double checking your numbers here. But once this is going to pull an auto for me. This is going to pull in automatically for me. Once I do next, it's going to generate the cutest little video about Park Ave that I can share on my Facebook.
That's
And then
super cool, too.
say who wants to know, comment with your neighborhood or the neighborhood you love, and you can create a video for them. So I should probably set up my marketing profile so my name is something other than NA. But the neighborhood videos, super quick, super cute, easy. Just another way to promote your app, promote your business. I love it. All right, guys, I have 3 more minutes before I'm off to the next thing. Let me show let's see. There's my face. Any other questions for me? Cool. All right, if anybody has anything specific, I'm going to check on a couple compliance things like I mentioned, and I'm going to email you guys just for some clarity around that. But anything specific anyone is looking for in command or looking to achieve, want to know more about, always email me or or let somebody know, myself, Chris. I'm happy to do one-on-ones. I'm happy to set up mini sessions, things like that. And thank you guys for being on with me.
Thank you. That was so helpful. Thank you so much.
Glad.
Thanks, Abby.
Bye. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.